This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news. Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 16 of my Napoli career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be finishing off the career mode. It's going to be the last episode of this series, and so after that we will not be returning back to the Napoli career mode. Just going to be one season with this team, and then we're going to be bringing out a new career mode which has been already recorded, already started it, and done the first episode, and looking forward to you guys seeing that. I think it's going to come out on Saturday, I think, so there's a little bit of a wait, but in between that time you'll just have Manchester City career mode videos, and then on Saturday it will start with the new career mode. And yeah, let's crack on with today's episode. We've got massive games to play to finish off today's episode. We've got this game against AC Milan, which if we win, then we will win the league title, and that'll be fantastic for us to be able to do. We've also got a final to play as well as another final against Bayern Munich, and that one is in the Champions League. So two finals to play, and unfortunately for us, they're just 3 days apart, in fact. Juventus, and then 3 days time after that, we've got a game against Bayern Munich in the final. So huge games to play, not too much time to be able to play them as well. So we're going to play 3 matches. We'll sim the other league game as well, assuming of course that we do get ourselves a good victory here against AC Milan. Before we get into things though, guys, if we could try and hit 75 likes on the final episode of the series, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, smash that subscribe button as well if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel or you just haven't decided to subscribe yet, then I'd really appreciate you going, clicking that button, and let me know in the comments section below. Speaking of the comments, don't forget to use the hashtag comments of the day to leave your thoughts on today's episode as well. And the comments of today's episode is on screen right now. Thank you all so much for leaving your comments. I really do appreciate it. Let's crack on with today's episode. This is the team I'm going to go with for this game against AC Milan. There has been some changes. Obviously got another league game in a few days' time, but the reason why these changes have been made is because we played fairly recently in the last match. So there are some tired players about, and that means we have had to bring in different players. This is the bench I've gone with, some good players on there, of course, and Pulisic also on there as well, as a couple of others that may be a little bit more of a surprise, but still very happy with the bench. Looks fairly strong. Hopefully give us some options if we need them. Hopefully we won't know. Let's see exactly how we get on against AC Milan. A win here would win us the league title. AC Milan with a very good team, not doing so well in the league really. I think they're about 7th or 8th, I think, from what I just saw there. But they haven't conceded that many goals. They've conceded less goals than us in the league, and so they are pretty good defensively by the sounds of it. They just haven't scored that many goals, but we'll wait and see exactly what comes of this game. Hopefully we can get ourselves a few goals and go on and get 3 points from this match. I'm interested to see how we get on actually against their 3 at the back, because I would have thought 3 centre-backs against our 3 attackers would be a little bit difficult really for the AC Milan defence. You don't really want to be playing one man on one play. You want to ideally have a spare defender there. But I think they're playing a 3 at the back, so that might be a little bit tricky. It might mean that they have to get their wingers back as full-backs, but we'll wait and see exactly what happens as the game unfolds. I think that'll be quite interesting. Oof, very close chance for AC Milan, nearly putting that one in the back of the net. Milik, look for that ball through to Insigne. Insigne! Oh, I thought he'd scored. Was that saved, or was it just wide? I think it might be wide in the end. But it's a really good chance. I think Insigne should get that one on target as well. Probably a bit disappointed with that one. Zielinski now going to fire it out to Callahan. A chance here. Insigne breaks from the centre attacking mid position. Another chance for him. Insigne. Milik follows up, and it's a goal. That's the one that gives us the lead. And 17 minutes in, Milik puts in from the Donnarumma parry, which goes right into his path. Donnarumma, I think, needs to put it in a different place, right back into the box. But it's fantastic work again from Insigne. And this was the thing where I said with the 3 centre-backs it might be a struggle for them. It clearly is, because Insigne has made a run through the defence that has sort of made it 4v3 in the end. And that's ultimately led to us having 2 players for them to cope with, and Milik able to follow up in the box and put into an empty net. So a good start to the game, winning the match 1-0. And at the moment, we're going to go and win the league title. Juvinko on the right-hand side now. Good opportunity for him to try and get a cross in. He's still going. Got to deal with that better, and that's terrible. Should stop the cross there. Got to prevent that from happening, and this probably shows why we have conceded too many goals in the league this season. Despite being top of the league, we haven't actually, we've not really anywhere near the least amount of goals conceded. I think we're about 6th, I'd say, in terms of goals conceded. 6th best, which isn't really good enough for a team that's at the top of the league. And you can see that defensively, very, very poor. Got to stick with the striker, got to prevent the cross initially going into the box, but Maximovic all over the place there. And if we were continuing into a second season, I'd definitely be looking at our defence to improve. Oh, ball through again. Good save this time out of the goalkeeper. He's kept it in this game. He's kept it at 1-1. Great bit of play from AC Milan there. And that is the only real concern from us, is their midfield dominance is obviously allowing them to create a lot of chances. It's very much in the balances this game. It could go either way. I'm not really too sure who's going to come out on top in the second half, but it's half time. It's 1-1. We're going to keep the team the same for now. You can see that midfield possession, that dominance in there has resulted in 64% possession. You don't see that very often. Okay, one change at half time, a change of formation as well. 4-1-4-1 is the formation we're going to go to, trying to get more of the control in that midfield, going sort of like almost 5 in midfield now. Unas is going to come off, Insigne going to the the left-hand side, but Unas's replacement is going to be Hamsik, going to try and beef at the midfield a little bit more. My concern is winning back the ball, and Alan's a little bit smaller, not able to always win back the balls as well as I'd hoped, as effectively as I was after. So Hamsik will come on, give us a forward threat as well as one that wins back the ball for us as well. So hopefully should improve us a little bit in that midfield area, which I think is going to be probably the key to being able to win this game. Go on, Milik. Go on. Oh, falling up again, Milik. He's going to hit it in the back of the net. It comes from a huge defensive mistake, and Milik has got himself a second goal. What has gone on there? 30 minutes left of this game. It's now 2-1, and Milik has done it. It's unbelievable, this, from the defence of AC Milan. It looked fairly solid, this game. I mean, it's been difficult for them, 3 versus 3 there at the back, but it's just a really bizarre decision from the AC Milan defender. He just allows Milik to get in and win it back, and then he nods it into an empty net just about as well. It's a tricky header, in fact, going away from goal, but unbelievable stuff from the AC Milan defence. They've allowed us in, and it's now 2-1. We're going to make another change here, and it's going to be Alan to come off. I think we need somebody to try and shore up the midfield a little bit more now. I think we're going to go Diawara, just basically for his defensive abilities, and we might well make the final change at some point. Could well be Pulisic, play long balls, and with the pace of him up front. But for now, we'll keep things the same. Okay, final change. Insigne to come off. We're going to bring on Pulisic. Milik will go on the left-hand side now. A little bit of a strange change, maybe, but he's got plenty of energy still to give us. And he's left-footed, so he can bring in sort of crosses from him from that left-hand side. We are going to take him for Insigne. Although he is obviously a very good player, he's getting a little bit tired. I also want to bring in a bit more height into the team as well in these final stages, just in case we have any long balls coming in. It's a chance here again. Hits the post. We've been let off the hook there with 13 minutes to go. He nearly doubled his goal tally for the game there. And we've got the change being made here. Pulisic coming on to give us some extra pace and fresh legs up front. Final few minutes of this game, and the league title will be basically ours. It won't quite be mathematically, but it will certainly be very much ours. And Pulisic there finishes off, but he was offside, unfortunately. That'd been a nice way to finish the game, but sadly it was called offside. Falcao coming on for the final, 30 seconds or something, if that? Strange decision to make that. Surely bring him on much earlier, give him a chance to actually score in this game. Surely the referee's going to blow his whistle any second now, and he does. That's virtually a league title in the bag for us now. Even though mathematically it's not quite, even if the opposition, the second place team, were to win all their remaining games, we'd still probably win on goal difference. About 15 or 20 goals in front of second place. So there's no real worries about not winning the league title now. That 3 points should pretty much secure it. And of course we do still have that final game of the season to be played as well. So a draw would absolutely confirm it there. But we'll wait to see what happened in the other fixture as well, because they actually could have dropped points and we might have even mathematically won. You can see there, not much possession, 38%. It obviously improved slightly in the second half, but Milan still dominated it largely. Didn't really use it very well though. I can't remember that many chances from them. Half-time, that tactical switch of changing the formation definitely worked. So as you can see, we are on 81 points. The most amount of points Juventus can get is 81, but we're miles in front on goal difference, 20 goals in front. So there's no real concern that Juventus is going to go and score 20 plus goals in their next match. So we have basically won the league title. Against this game against Crotone to finish off the league campaign, hopefully on a victory as well. We have made plenty of changes, as you can see, to this team. A lot of players there being swapped out from the last game. A lot of players that are playing this one won't be playing the finals, at least certainly not this game against Juventus anyway. We will be prioritising the game against Bayern Munich, the Champions League final, over the first game. There's 4 days between, or 3 days between them, so it's going to be very difficult to know exactly how we're going to be able to compete in both matches. So we will be prioritising the Champions League final. It's a more valuable trophy, I think, than the one that we'll be playing in against Juventus. But in this game, we're winning the match 2-1. There's a couple of minutes left. Zelinski's got us the winner there. The reason why I didn't really talk much about the game is because it doesn't really mean that much. We've got ourselves 3 points, which is great to see. It does confirm 100% our victory in the league. We've won the league title, and obviously something that we were set out to do and we were targeted to do by the board. Delighted to see that happen, and very good to see that happen in the first season as well, with a lot of competition around. But we're now focused on the next game against Juventus. Like I said before, it will be a mixture of changed and starting players. Basically, the team will be picked on who can actually be able to play both games, basically. So we'll wait and see anyway. £55 million for winning the league. Okay, to this final now against Juventus. This is the team I'm going to go with. Obviously, quite a few different changes that I'm going to be making, as I said before. Quite a balanced team. There's a few different players in there. The key players, the starting players like Callahan that's starting, Koulibaly, Florenzi, all those players have fairly high stamina, so should be able to recover for the next game against Bayern Munich just about in time. The players that haven't got into this team, like Insigne, Mertens, not so good stamina, so we decided to rest them or put them on the bench anyway. So we'll see how we get on. Got to get ourselves a victory. Obviously searching for the treble here, so a victory in this one would help us on the way to doing that. Okay, here we go. Tough final, very tough final here against Juventus. Let's wait and find out how we get on. Expecting a very difficult game. I'm anticipating they're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1, I think, judging by what I've seen. So that might mean that it's quite an even game from both sides, tactically anyway. Certainly not like the game against Milan, where there was an obvious sort of route into beating them by dominating the midfield. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky, I think, to be able to affect the game, because we are both playing similar formations. Here we go. That's a Dayak, is that? What a pass. What a pass into Unas. Oh, so close to bringing it down. I didn't even realise it was an injury. That's probably why we were able to play that sort of pass. But what a hit that was. Was that Florenzi by any chance? Incredible stuff for the right back if it was. Come on, Callahan. Let's try and pick Milik out in the middle. Got to wait for him to arrive first. Oh, he's going to go into the back post for Unas, who does the volley and actually scores. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that at all. Buffon makes a huge mistake. It should be a fairly comfortable save for him, but it's a fantastic volley there for Unas. Gets a good connection, gets it on target, and when you get on target, you're always going to make the goalkeeper do something. And in this case, the thing that he did was mess up there to Buffon. It wasn't intended to pick out Unas either, that cross. It's a good connection on his favoured side, and it's just enough to go past Buffon. Maybe enough power behind it, maybe just poor positioning, poor save. But certainly did seem to be a bit of an error there from the goalkeeper, but it's 1-0 and we're taking the lead. That's the most important thing. Ball on the top there to Unas. He's made a great run in behind the fullback. They're still going here. Unas going to have to go for a shot himself. Buffon saves. And I didn't even mean to shoot with Milik. It's done it automatically, but it's gone in. That's the most important thing. Another error from Buffon, I think, there. Parrying it back into the box. We saw it in the last game against AC Milan with Donnarumma. And Buffon's done a similar thing, and it's resulted in a similar thing also for Milik as well, getting himself a goal. So that's 2-0 now, just before half-time. And I thought the game was turning a little bit in their favour, but we've just gone on the attack here. Perfect pass into Unas. And Buffon just doesn't get a strong enough hand on it, doesn't direct the parry into the right direction at all. And Milik just taps into an empty net. And so, yeah, we're now winning the game 2-0, and we found ourselves somehow 2 goals in front here. Half-time winning the game 2-0, really, really good result at the moment. Considering the team we have out here, we have made a lot of changes. We're actually playing to our strengths really well. We're going to make, I think, one change at half-time. It's going to be Hamšík to come off, just try and protect him for that game against Bayern Munich in just 3 days' time. That was always going to be the plan, to take Hamšík off. His stamina isn't fantastic, and so we have to be careful not to overuse him in this game. So I think the player to come on is going to have to, I think, be Pulisic. Okay, so yeah, Pulisic will come on. He'll go on the right-hand side. Callahan will go at centre attacking mid, which I think he can play fine. And so we'll go with that, and we'll see how we get on in the second half. Final two changes, Alan and Gulam both come on. We're going to take off Koulibaly and also Jorginho as well. Got to make sure those two guys are going to be okay to play the next game against Bayern. Gulam will go play as our centre-back in this game, and we'll see how that goes. Maximovic would have been the obvious choice to bring on, but I don't know whether he'll be playing against Bayern at the moment, so don't really want to risk things. It's only 25 minutes, but we'll go with Gulam anyway, because he certainly won't be playing. So Callahan will continue to play, Alan just in behind him. 25 minutes to go, still in the game 2-0. Callahan running through, going up to the back post here for Unas. Oh, and that finishes off the game. And Buffon basically has made 3 errors that have resulted in 3 goals, I think, in this game. It's it's not a great goalkeeper, let's put it that way. He's obviously getting to the latter stage of his career. Maybe his overall has dropped significantly, I'm not really too sure, but yeah, it's not great keeping, is it? It's obviously tricky to know how powerful I was going to hit that. We ended up hitting it into the ground, and so maybe that's fooled him a little bit, but Unas doesn't get a great connection with it, and still able to find a way past Buffon with that. It's 3-0, great way to finish off this game. Unas has been brilliant for us. Really pleased with him. Milik's also done a great job yet again, really demonstrating why he should really be in the first team a lot more, and he has got himself plenty of goals recently as well, so very impressed with those two. Alan, ball through there to Pulisic. Pulisic running through. Great chance. Pulisic, oh, finishes off the game perfectly, does the substitute. 3 minutes to go, and we have well and truly finished off the game. 4-0, and it's a great strike past Buffon. He couldn't really do too much about that one. He's quite far out, is Pulisic, but he gives himself a perfect bit of space. Great bit of angle as well there, as you can see here, which comes inside a little bit more, brings this ball with that first touch there into the centre a little bit more, and it allows that shot to be much better into the top left-hand corner. No stopping that from Buffon. It's 4-0. Probably a bit harsh on Juventus. They haven't done loads themselves. They've not created as much chances as I expected. Higuain's been quite isolated, but I certainly don't think 4-0 is really warranted, really. Chance of Higuain, the first opportunity is properly had, and he hits the post, and they follow up, and they get themselves a goal. They've taken the chance. They've not had many, but they've taken that one. Dybala follows up really well, as a good striker should, and scores into an empty net. It's 4-1 now, and that one chance we gave Higuain there, because it's Gulam here, the left-back is playing centre-back, is far too easy. And, you know, that's obviously my error for putting him in there, but you know, that's what we had to do in order to preserve players for the game against Bayern Munich. It's about creating a balance in the team where players can play in both games. And ultimately, we brought on Gulan there, and he's not done a particularly great job in the centre-back position. But that's happened. It's 4-1, doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, because we still win the cup, and we win it very comfortably as well. And I prefer these sort of wins, really, where you win a game with such a changed team against a side that I have put out the strongest side. And so I'm very happy to see us get a comfortable victory like this, because we have rested a lot of big names. So as you can see the stats there, 10 shots, 8 on target, beating Juventus very comfortably there, 2 shots on target, scored one of them there right at the end. Good to not to get ourselves a clean sheet, but overall impressed with how he played. We didn't quite get to see the trophy celebrations there. We'll obviously take a look at them in the game against Bayern Munich, but I didn't feel this one was particularly big enough trophy to actually warrant watching, I suppose. But we'll watch them anyway if we win against Bayern Munich. But that is obviously going to be very, very tricky, especially in 3 days' time. So let's get the players rested. Let's sort out the team ready for the next game. You can see there we are at the press conference with the trophy. Very, very happy to have won that trophy. But we've got a game against Bayern Munich now that we have to think about. Look at our manager rating. I've never seen it this high before. 99. I've never seen it at that point. Can you even get it to 100? Not really too sure. We are going to change on the team now. Let's decide on the side that's hopefully going to bring us the Champions League trophy back home. Let's see how we get on here. This is going to be such a tough game. We're not expected to win the match at all. And that is what I quite like to be, the underdog, really. Okay, so this is the team we're going to go with the game against Bayern Munich. Already made a mistake here. I forgot that Jorginho can't actually play in this final because he is suspended. So I should have really probably played him a bit more in that last game. That means he's missing out in this game. He was always intended to be starting the match. And so we have decided to bring in Rog. Now, usually we're bringing Alan in this situation, but I've not been too impressed with his performances. I also want someone a little bit taller in there. We're going to try and use his height and physical presence. He's also got good stats, and so I think based on that, he is going to be the better option for us in this game. You can see the rest of the team is pretty standard. No massive big changes other than Rock coming in. The front three is exactly the same. Back four is pretty similar to usual. And I look forward to this game. Got to try and win the match, but it's going to be tough against Bayern Munich, a great team. Like I said before, not really expected to win the game, and so we'll use that to our advantage and hopefully come away and sneak some sort of victory here. Champions League final. Lewandowski starting up front for Bayern Munich. This is going to be a very tough match. We've got some good players ourselves, but Bayern Munich's team is definitely superior, probably across the board, I'd say. We can't really be too phased by that. We've got to go out there and continue to play how we play. That's why I've gone with the same formation. I've not gone with the far back or anything like that. We've just gone for our usual formation, 4-3-3, and we're going to just basically focus on our strengths, and hopefully that way we can beat Bayern Munich. It's going to be a very tough game, especially with Neuer in goal as well. Such a good goalkeeper. Let's see how we get on. Final game of the season, final game of the series. Let's try and end it with a huge win against Bayern Munich. Rog running through, that's good from him. Mertens now going to wait for the reply. Oh, what a ball at the top to Insigne. Get it back in for Hamsik, but headed away well by the Bayern Munich midfielder. Look for another attack if we can get one. It's found Mertens. Mertens still has it turning, shooting, scoring as well. It's 1-0, 26 minutes in, and we've done it through Mertens. And it's really good play there from the forward. He just gets rid of his man. I think it's Alaba who was onto him, but he just turns him so well and completely gets the loses the defender totally, and is allowed to turn and shoot. And it's past Manuel Neuer somehow as well. Wasn't expecting to be able to beat him like that, but we have done. It's a good finish from him, and we've taken the lead 26 minutes in. We'll watch it back in the replay. Diawara into Callahan, then Mertens. You can just see the way that he gets rid of Alba like that. Perfect from Mertens there, and a great finish as well into the top left-hand corner. Got to try and build on this now. Got to make sure we don't have any sort of response from Bayern Munich. So ideally, want to get into half-time still at 1-0, if not 2. Callahan running forward. He beats Alaba to it again. Callahan waiting for somebody in the middle. Callahan go for a little chip into Mertens. It's a second for Mertens, and he's won a header. This is unbelievable. It's a small little chip from Callahan that's worked out perfectly for us there. Just a lovely little chip, and just finished off by Mertens. I don't really know who's marking him at all. By the looks of it, nobody. It's 2-0 now, 2 for Mertens, and 2 quite surprising goals as well. Just a chip inside the box, very unusual, but it had to be done in order to avoid the rest of the defence. Mertens wins it really well. I think Neuer should do better there, personally. I think it's right at him, but I'm not going to complain because it's 2-0, and at the moment we've doubled our advantage before the break. It's half-time, we're winning the game 2-0 at the moment, really, really happy with how we get it on. Bayern Munich towards the end of this first half have started to come into the game a bit more. Got to be careful of that. They're dominating possession, had 5 shots, 1 on target. That's also their main issue, is getting the ball on target at the moment, and clearly we've just been very clinical. The scoreline flatters us. I definitely don't think we deserve to be 2-0 up, but we'll take it, not going to complain about it, and hopefully we can build on it as well in the second half by continuing to be just as clinical as we have been in the first. Good little switch there to Insigne, who's going to look for a ball into the middle. Mertens, he's won another header. Wow, I thought he was going to get a hat-trick with that one as well. He's out-jumped Boateng, which is ridiculous, but this time Manuel Neuer saves. Oh, Coutinho with a good turn. It's a chance to shoot. Got so lucky there. Bayern Munich just can't seem to hit the target, and it's lucky for us because if they did hit the target there, they probably would have scored. Goalkeeper rushes out, does a great job. So does the defender as well. Coutinho could have got the finish right. It might have even been Rodriguez maybe, but either of them couldn't get the finish right on the weaker side. Chance here for Coutinho on his right foot this time. We fouled him, and it was going to be a penalty, I think, anyway, but they've got the goal. Lewandowski, I was just literally thinking about changing the formation because we were seeming to lose a grip of the game at the moment, and so I think we're going to change the formation now. Okay, first two changes, Milik and Gulam both go on. We're going to take off Rog and also Insigne as well. It was getting a little bit tight. It's tough to know where to fit him in this team, really. Callahan could have been an option for us, but I want to keep some height on the pitch, and Callahan's obviously a little bit taller. Insigne coming off, and we're going to rest him. Also change formation, 4-1-4-1. Has worked pretty well for us, actually, in recent games. So 30 minutes left, hopefully going to continue to stabilise it a little bit, and we'll see how we get to now with Milik going up front. Come on, Mertens. Charging through the middle, look for the ball into Hamšík. Can he get the finish right? That's it, we should win the game now. It's 3-1. Hamšík scores from midfield. Great run forward from him. Considering we've changed the formation, we've looked so much more balanced as well. And it's a great run forward from the midfield there. 15 minutes to go, 3-1 now. With a 2-goal advantage, you should hope we go on to win this game now against Bayern Munich. But there's still some time left. It's a great run here. Fantastic from Mertens, just coming inside into a forward position. Frees up some space for Hamšík to make the run forward. And he finishes off past Manuel Neuer really well. Very impressed to be 3-1 up here against a very tough Bayern Munich team. Final change, Leandrinho going to go on. We'll take off Callahan, give him a rest. There's 10 minutes to go. Leandrinho, I think, deserves to get some sort of feature in this game. He's played well this season for us off the bench, and so I think deserves some sort of cameo role in the final 10 minutes. It's going to be a delivery here from Coutinho into the front post. Lewandowski able to chest it down. That's not good defending for us. We should at least get a bit of pressure on him. He's going to go for a chip as well. Need to clear it, and it'll be saved. Tolisso running forward. It's on a plate for him. 3-2. There's 6 minutes to go as well. Maybe 5, in fact. Lewandowski scored another. We actually fouled whoever played the ball through, but Tolisso just completely does Koulibaly, and Goulam's not following up the run. Disappointing. Goulam just not quite on it, I don't think, in the last couple of games. Obviously put him in midfield this time. I know it's out of position. I know he really should be in a central position, but stats-wise, he has the capabilities of being able to play that sort of central role in midfield. He's got the stats to be able to do that. So I'm a little bit disappointed that he just doesn't seem to be following players, doesn't seem to be winning back the ball as he should, and that's kind of been the issue in the last 2 games. But it is what it is. It's 3-2 now. It's getting towards the end of this game. It's getting quite stretched as well. Leandrinho finishes off the game. It's the youngster that does it, and with 2 minutes left, that is it. Game over. 100%. It's done. We finished the game and we've restored our 2-goal advantage straight from kick-off. There we go. Good old kick of the corner flag there from Leandrinho. Really good play yet again from Mertens, who just completely starts off this attack, doesn't he? Plays into Diawara, who just has to put it on a plate for Leandrinho to finish off on his weaker left foot. It's 4-2 now. And we have won the Champions League with Napoli. That's incredible. And our first season as well. Never done anything like that before in any career modes. We usually get into the latter stages. We're talking quarterfinals, maybe semi-finals, maybe into the final, but lose it. It's very rare that we manage to win it in the first season. We've done it in this case, and very impressed to see that happen, especially with the team we have as well. This isn't a team where we have spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. We have spent a little bit of money, obviously, but not to that sort of extent. So impressed with how we've managed to use the players. Diawara over to Mertens. He's still going to go for a hat-trick here, Mertens. He's going to go and try and finish the game, and he has done. It's a hat-trick from Mertens as well. He fully deserves it. He's got himself a hat-trick and an assist in this game. 5-2. He's totally dominated, especially when we've moved over to the left-hand side. He's looked such a threat over there, coming inside constantly and managing to get a 5th goal here. Again, the scoreline flatters us a little bit. We've been very clinical in this game. Same with Milan, very clinical there. We've just been clinical at the right moments of the season, and it's been a perfect game really for us here. We've had Bayern Munich who really haven't taken their chances as they should, haven't created enough chances as well, but we've certainly just gone at the other end and continued to score with most of our shots. So very impressed with that, and there we have it. Mertens completing his hat-trick. Really good. That's it. Champions League is ours. We've won it in the first season. Very impressive with this Napoli team as well. Got it tactically spot on as well in this game with a change of formation. That shored us up a little bit towards the end of the game. And considering we were missing a couple of players, Jorginho was the main guy that was disappointed to not have for this game, because I think he is a huge player for us in that midfield position. He was suspended for the match and would have helped us a lot, but considering we managed to get such a good performance from the team without him, shows a lot about the sort of players we have in the team. So, very impressive. We'll lift the trophy now. I'm not too sure who's going to be the captain in this game. Got to be one of the centre-backs, maybe Koulibaly, is it? I think, yes, it is. It's going to be him to lift the trophy, and it's the Champions League in our first season. somehow we've done the treble. I mean, it's unbelievable in the first season to be able to do that with this Napoli team. And there we have it, Koulibaly lifting the trophy, and we've won the Champions League. Very impressive. What a way to finish off the series. What a way to finish off the season as well. And we'll have the new Corona coming very, very shortly. It's a little bit different. Change things up slightly. Hopefully you guys will like it. I think I've seen a few people calling for it in recent times, but I think it will certainly maybe surprise a few of you. But we'll have to wait and see anyway what you guys think on Saturday when the first episode goes out at 12 PM. But there we have it, Koulibaly lifting the trophy high up into the sky, and we will end today's episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes to finish off this series, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below, but don't forget to leave the hashtag comment of the day as well, and your comment will be featured in the next episode of the Manchester City Career Mode. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks and goodbye.